How tall are you?
How much do you weigh?
How much money you got?
How many bodies do you got?
What's your credit score?
Do you have any student loan debt?
Do you pay all the bills?
Do you cook and clean?
How big is it?
How wide is it?
Check. How tall are you?
Man, you can't be talking about the walls like that, man. What's wrong with you? Don't you know the walls are magically delicious? Man, what's wrong with them?
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe some of y'all have experienced some walls that ain't so delicious.
Ouch. Wow.
This is what it's come to. Oh my gosh. Do you have anything to say about that? Do you think that it was fair? Not that it was a fair representation of what's happening, because I don't. But do you think that the rebuttals were fair? And do you think that the initial questions were fair? So like the initial question was like, how much do you make? And then, like the back and forth or whatever. Like, do you feel that those are fair questions for people to be asking each other while they're dating?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. At some point in time, yeah.
Okay.
I think it depends on your intention. Because if your intent in dating is because you're looking for a spouse, then yes, I don't think there's anything wrong with you asking about how much money the person makes and things of that nature.
Student loan debt.
Yeah, all those are things I think that are imperative for your future husband or future wife to be, for them to know. Like, because you're planning your lives together and you got to sit down and really think about some things and prioritize depending on what that looks like. I don't know. I feel like if you're just asking those questions kind of just to be asking them, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. I feel like it will come up naturally, or it should come up naturally at some point. Like I said, if the intention behind you dating the person is because you're looking for marriage.
Eventually you should have these conversations.
Yes, then you should definitely have these conversations. But if you're just casually dating and you're not looking for anything more, then
you're just trying to be funny.
Yeah, then I think you're just trying to be funny. And it's like, what's the point other than trying to hurt somebody's feelings? I don't know.
So these are good questions. It's just that the dating market has eroded to the point that they're actually being used to take shots at each other.
Right.
That's what happens when you have a dating market that is more about what you can get out of it than any actual lasting characteristics in a person. It's just about what you can get out of it. And this is what happens when that's what you're worried about. Yep. Unfortunately. So next.
Dating in 2024 is hard, and I want to break it down for anyone that feels lost. On the first date, you won't learn that much about another person. You're really just there to test the physical attraction. If you're not even slightly attracted to the other person, I recommend you move on. It's better in the long run.
See, that's all a lot of us get past. All we do is we get up there, we exchange draws. You know what I'm saying? You take the draw, you sniff it to see if it's the type of scent that you like, and then you decide if it's going to be a second date. And then if it don't smell right, you throw it back out there, you never call it, then you ghost them.
That's it, I'm out of here.
And that's where ghosting comes from. They sniffed the draws and the draws was stanking, and then they tossed them away. That's exactly what she's talking about.
Yep. Really?
I'm saying we didn't date. Nope. Me and my wife didn't date, so anyway.
The second through fourth date, pay extra attention to how they treat service workers, staff, doormen, or even their friends. I can tell you a lot about their character and how they view people that are lower in social standing. If you can, ask about their hobbies and why they like or dislike certain activities. On the 5th through 10th date, try to do something a little bit stressful, like an escape room or exploring a place you've never been. Do they get nervous? Do they get angry?
This too much. Oh, bruh. Y'all need a rule book for dating, bro. This too much. This is what happens. This is what happened when y'all dating strangers. This is what it is right now. You dating people you don't know. You don't know if it's the Joker or Captain America.
You know that I'm telling the truth.
And this is what you got to go through. You need a whole chart so you can remember, okay, it's
she
date number 5.
Day 1 through 3.
Bruh.
4 through 6. 5 through 10.
Bruh. It's the 5th date. Okay, I'm going to take him to an escape room.
These bullet points here.
I got to see how he handles stress. How about this? Just know the person, so all of this stuff will be the information you have when you first decided that you wanted to go out someplace with them in the first place. As a matter of fact, instead of actually going out on dates, just hang out in groups of people where y'all all hanging out and getting to know each other. You know the people that I see that have the best marriages that seem to last and don't look nowhere near going to a divorce. All of the people that used to hang out together, it was all in church. And I done seen 2 different groups of people do the same thing and it had the same results. They just gotten married within each other. They was like, you know what? I've been seeing you for the last 3 years. We've been hanging out. We go out every weekend after church. We all hanging out. It's 72 of us going to the bowling alley and I've been looking at you for this time. I think I want to talk to you. Do you like me? Check yes or no. Well, then after they check yes or no, know, they say, ooh, I think I like you. You like me. You like me. I like you too. And then they you my girlfriend now. That's what happens. They go and they ain't gone on a date yet, but they already boyfriend and girlfriend and they chilling. And then one of them start acting funny. Then all of the other people be like,
what was that? What the hell was that?
For real. They're like, I
know you ain't about to play them out like that.
Come on
And then
now,
sometimes
dog.
they went and they dated the wrong person the first time, and then they braked. Then they break up, and then they got to date somebody else from the vortex or the group of friends. Then they date somebody else, and then eventually they find the person that they click with like that, and then they stay together. They don't got to figure all this stuff out because they've known each other for the last 83 years. By the time they get to this thing, they old, they decrepit, and they start having children. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm obviously kidding. Some of it was kidding. The couples that I see that last and they doing so well together, they going through life, they having hardships, you know, people getting sick and all types of stuff. Life be lifing. Mm-hmm. But the relationships are some of the best that I see when they have that type of situation.
For real.
The Vortex people, what's the name of the show?
Oh, All American.
All American. That's a good example of what this vortex interdating thing looks like.
Yeah.
That's how it looks like, I guess, outside of church.
Yeah.
But it's still the same concept. And you see people interdating and all types of stuff like that, but you already know the person. And a lot of this stuff you already know.
Right.
So you don't have to go through all of this drama. But I'm going to let her sit here and tell us why the dating is overly complicated. You got anything you want to add? This don't make no sense. I feel sorry for y'all.
Do they get angry when something doesn't work out? It can actually tell you a lot about their ability to handle pressure and change. Modern day dating is so fast and it's tricky because until about the 3rd month, it's easy for people to put up their good person persona. Once you reach month 6 through 9, that's really when the facade fades and you learn about their true character. Regardless of if you want kids in the future, it's much better to look for qualities like integrity, honesty, how they treat children and weaker people in society, also how they handle pressure and change when you're looking for a long-term partner. I forgot to say this, but it's also important to cultivate these qualities in yourself because the higher quality person you are, the more attractive you'll be to other good people. I know it's hard and the market is brutal, but I hope that helps a little bit.
Right. We didn't need that in our day. In our day, we had to go through all of this. That's why y'all all messed up now. That's why it's so hard to find something. That's why a whole bunch of y'all think that marriages don't work. A whole bunch of y'all don't think dating works. A whole bunch of y'all think men is trash. A whole bunch of y'all think women is trash. This is why. Because y'all dating strangers.
You ain't lying.
You walking down the street dating Beelzebub and you wondering why your relationship don't work.
Oh my goodness. Well,
ridiculous.
There was that. Go ahead and comment down below your thoughts, okay? What you think about that? What you think about dating within the vortex, whether it's in the church or outside the church? What do you think about that? Let us know. Drop a comment. Also, if you guys made it this far, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up so that way YouTube knows that you appreciate what we're putting down.
What we're putting down.
All right, and they'll be able to give you more of what you want.
What you want.
All right.
What do you think? What do you think about like everything that she just did? First of all, kudos to her for actually sitting down and breaking all of that stuff down.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the fact that she got her microphone clipped to, I don't even know what that is, but I appreciate that.
It's like an old box from a toothbrush.
She's like, I'm gonna clip this on here. We're about to rock with it. I appreciate that. It shouldn't be that hard, y'all. Like, it shouldn't be that you need to have a rule book. Like, that you gotta have like dates 1 through 5. These are the bullet points. Dates 6 through 10. This is what you do. Month 3 to 6. This is what you do. Month 6 to 9. Like, bruh, that's a job. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
That's way too much.
Yeah.
I do appreciate what she shared towards the end of the clip, that when you are dating, you should not basically be focusing on, she didn't say material things or looks and things of that nature, but she did have it on the thing, like on a little blurb there. But yeah, you want to look for somebody who has certain characteristics that's going to help for your relationship in the future that you can build on. You want to look for someone who's honest, someone who's empathetic, like somebody who is just an all around like good person. You don't want to be with somebody who's a douchebag. One of the things she said, which I think is key, like paying attention to how they treat people who are in service jobs, like how they treat people. How do they treat their waiter? How do they treat the garbage man? Like, you know, different things like that. I think that speaks a lot to a person's character. Like if they treat everybody the same, then you know that that's somebody that you can mess with, you know, and hopefully you are the same. And if not, then you need to work on you, you know, so that way you can be somebody of good character to attract somebody of good character as well. But no, I agree.
Yeah, so
with that, just not with the rule book.
Yeah. So, you got anything else? I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say date within your groups, y'all.
Yeah.
If you don't have groups, get some groups. Yeah. Because it'll be beneficial for you and other people in the group.
Right.
It help all y'all out.
So the thing is, it says psych major moment. So the assumption is that she's a psych major and she had to do all of this, and and this is all part of what's happening because science is the new God and is standing next to the old God of money, and they sitting there together and they trying to figure out how to repair all of the things that they tore apart and destroyed from Christianity and from the traditional family structures that we had that had all of these things already baked into your situation. So what happened is you would date people usually from the church or maybe from a job, because this is before they started suing people and getting fired for dating people from the job, and your relationship break up, and then somebody go and complain to you to HR block. That's what I'm thinking of. Somebody go and complain to HR because they don't like you no more because you didn't want to date them anymore, but they didn't want to tell anybody that they had 19 cats in their house and their house smelled like pee, and that's the reason why you ain't want to date them anymore, because you really was like, yo, I'm gonna bring my cats over your house since we moving in together. And you was like, I don't want 19 cats, and they was like, yo, but I want my 19 cats, and I would rather have my 19 cats than you. And they was like, you know what? That's good. You can stay with your 19 cats. You got pissed when you went to HR. You were trying to get them fired. So now we can't go to work anymore. Nobody don't want to go to church anymore. And then, you know, the other, like, whatever things that we had in place already in American society, that you would be able to go and find somebody and vet them before you even tried to date them. You already had a idea of who they were. Certain base characteristics you already knew before you even decided if you liked this person. But because we don't have that anymore, we need science to now come and basically repackage all of the stuff that we had already baked into society. And now they have to present it to us again because we don't want to listen to our parents. We don't want any of the traditional things. Nope. And we're finding that all of these traditional things are true, but we just want to make sure it's coming from a different source so that we never have to look back and say, you know what, we probably should have just left stuff the way it was. Yikes. But the thing is, we're trying to do it all and have freedom at the same time. And the problem is when you go into a lot of these traditional setups of society, you don't have as much freedom. But I'm sorry, there is nothing good about you having the freedom to be a hoe. It just ain't. And that's to men and women, to be honest. That's not a woman thing. That's not a 304 thing. That's not a man who's a, you know, he slut. It's none of that. That's not good in general. But we want the ability to be sluts before we get married. I should be able to go and be a hoe for at least 3 years before I get married. But there are consequences to that. Yep. Sure is. Because you're destroying pair bonding. You're bringing trauma into all your relationships. And it makes it harder for you to have a relationship in the first place. So the freedoms that we're fighting for are not necessarily great. Nope. There's always exceptions to the situation. There are situations where the system did not work out the best for certain people. And those are situations that have to be mined out. And I think that those are situations that have to be spoken on and dealt with. But to throw out the baby with the bathwater is what we're basically doing. And now we're trying to put everything back together. And it's hard to pick up water and put it back into a dish or a bowl or into whatever container it was after you done spilled it all over the floor. You can't put it back. Yeah. So, but you know, Jesus, he was like, you know what? I could put the water back in the bowl.
Can I get a amen?
Yeah. I can get every drop. It's almost like magic. Come on. You think Disney got it? I got it. I can walk on water. I can put it back in the bowl. I can do whatever I want to. Yes. So anyway, I'm ranting now. That means the video's over. Yep. I need you guys to do me a favor. What's that? I need you to hit the like button. I need you to hit the notification button. I need you to go back and hit the subscribe button because I did it out of order, but it doesn't really matter. I need you to hit all the buttons. Thank you. Yes. All right, y'all. That was a crazy, wild one. Interesting TikToks. The links to the TikToks is going to be down in the description. Along with some other information in the description. Go ahead and check that out. Yeah, so you can go check out the creators if you like them, sub to them, and, you know, give them some love. All right? Yes. That's it? That's it. Hey, everybody. Down in the description, there are 2 links. One is to a GoFundMe, and the other one is to a video that explains what the GoFundMe is for. Long story short, we have a medical situation with our daughter that we have to pay for everything out of pocket, and we could really use you guys' help. If you have the time, we'd love for you to go check it out. If you have the money, the funds, we'd love for you guys to help. If not, maybe you could send a link to somebody else who can help. We thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Peace.
Press the off button.